side has been invaded by a group of young, talented pros, all ready to prove they have what it takes to dominate the sport. But only one will be named champion. Tonight, it's the Foxwoods World Poker Finals, and it's only on the WPT.
Tonight's winner will earn over $500,000. Once again, our chip leader is Card Player Magazine's Player of the Year, Thomas Marchese. The short stack is online pro Keven Stammen.
All right, blinds at 12 and 24. Action on Keven Stammen, who looks down at ace-deuce, and he throws it away. Mohsin also going away.
Action over to Nikolai Yakovenko. He's going to raise it here with an ace-8 offsuit, makes it $58,000 to go.
We're right behind him, Jeff Forrest with a pair of sevens. Seems to like his hand, got to make the call.
Action over to the small blind now, our chip leader, Thomas Marchese. He looks down at the ace-9 of hearts.
Pretty seductive hand.
The 58.
He also is going to make a call.
Thomas only 23 years old. Now it's up to the ice cream man, David Inselberg, and he is going to go away. So we have three-way action. First hand here at Foxwoods. Here we go.
Well, flop comes 10-5 deuce with two hearts. Thomas has flopped the nut flush draw, but checks.
Nikolai, who raised before the flop, also checks. No continuation bet.
And quickly, Jeff Forrest is making a wager of $84,000 here.
And Thomas Marchese with a 4 flush. Just a call.
Any players with a chip lead would have re-raised right there.
Nikolai going out.
Well, 6 of clubs comes off, and look at this. Thomas leads right out and bets $234,000 on the turn.
With no hesitation, puts the chips in on the turn. Interesting play.
Well, great call by Jeff there.
Yeah.
Comes the river card. Oh, a 9 comes off.
Sickening.
This gives Thomas the best hand now with 2 9s. He's going to check, doesn't have to bluff here.
Well, this one is going to hurt if it's Jeff Forrest. Out-rivered. He checks as well.
I have a 9.
And let's watch the pain on Jeff's face. There it is.
Yeah, took that beat pretty well, actually. So Thomas Marchese taking down the first pot at this final table, and then the rich get richer.
Now Jeff Forrest may have lost that hand, but Kimberly Lansing has found he has some celebrity support rooting him on today. All right, getting back to the table, Nikolai has raised with ace-jack up to $58,000. A quick fold by Jeff Forrest.
All in.
And now Thomas Marchese has gone all in with ace-10.
This is just power poker.
Mathematically, I should be in there, but I kind of feel like you have me by 1. It's so sick.
And now he's talking to himself. He would love this call if he should make it.
My call.
Wow, he's
Well,
made a
he
great
does
call.
make the call. A very bright guy, went to Columbia as a computer science major.
Come on. I think I'm feeling confident on this one. I know. I'm feeling your confidence, too. Yeah, it seemed like you had that once you started talking. You're probably hoping at ace-9 a suited or something. Or just a hand that folds.
Oh, boy, and Thomas Marchese, very sheepish at this point. Took a shot. 5 cards to come. Here come the first 3.
Now flop comes king, 8-5, all spades. Neither player have a spade, so Nikolai
Spade on the turn.
liking that flop so far.
I'll take a 9 of spades on the turn.
Thomas Marchese, hoping against hope. He gets lucky.
Well, jack of spades comes off. Now Thomas can win this pot if a queen comes off.
Show me the queen or spade.
Obviously, if a spade comes off, they would split the pot. Both would have a flush.
No paint.
1 card to hold off.
Well, the 8 of diamonds, he's done it. Nikolai Yakovenko from Brooklyn, New York, doubles up.
It's like 5-11. You know, it's so sick. I really could not help but think man, would Marchese do this with ace-10 suited? Hell yeah. As long as you have that one beat, might as well.
Okay, Mike, the antes are going up to 5,000. Blinds 15 and 30,000. And as you can see, Thomas Marchese is the chip leader with 3.4 million. Down to the felt we go. Nikolai Yakovenko with an ace-10. He's getting some chips out.
Now he just calls, does not raise in first position, limps in with the ace-10.
Jeff Forrest, his first time ever playing a WPT event, is next to act, and he's going to fold.
Thomas Marchese out as well.
And now it's around to the ice cream man, David Inselberg, who has an attractive queen-jack of clubs.
So he's going to make the call.
Yep, Stammen out. And Mohsin with a pair of 6s.
Check.
Not going to raise.
So 3-way action. And the flop comes queen, jack, 8.
What a great flop for the ice cream man, flopping 2 pair queens and jacks. Mohsin's going to check with his pocket 6s. Nikolai has bet 70.
Come on.
David, the ice cream man, going all in. Mohsin goes away.
Strange, huh?
And now it's back around to Nikolai.
He's got to realize he's up against by far the tightest player at this table.
Nikolai has a two-way straight draw. Will he get stubborn and make this call?
All right, deal.
Yes, he does.
As you said, Vince, I believe this is a stubborn call.
That's not what I wanted to say.
And I don't like this play, Vince, and I say that because he's gambling against the tightest player at the table. 4 diamonds comes off. Nikolai shaking his head.
Did not help him. David, the ice cream man, 1 card away from doubling up.
Just got to dodge a king or a 9, and he does so as an ace comes off. So the oldest guy at the table, 43-year-old David Inselberg, takes the ice cream, sticks it in his nose, and wins the pot.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
As you can see, David Inselberg recognizes how tough these young players are. Vince, he's just happy to be here.
How much do you have?
I think 420 I started, including this.
Been folded around to Mohsin.
All in.
Look at this. With ace-queen, he says all in. Now it's up to Nikolai Yakovenko. He's got ace-deuce, and he is considering this.
Well, I can't believe he would think about calling all the chips off with an ace-deuce here.
I guess the question is, if I'm flipping, how much do I want to flip?
I can understand you moving all in with an ace-deuce out of the small blind, but to call a guy for all your money with this hand just doesn't make sense to me.
All right, I'll call you.
Wow.
But he has done it. He's made the call.
Whoa, they're playing fast here at Foxwoods.
Anybody folded this?
Well, Nikolai asking if anybody folded a deuce. Thomas Marchese did.
I'll offer you a chop. Last chance.
The Google man hit the wrong search engine there.
Oh, he needs to get extremely lucky. Let's see. Anything can happen on the WPT. And there's the flop. They both have aces. And Mohsin, of course, with a bigger kicker. So right now, Mohsin in a beautiful position to double up and break Nikolai.
Nikolai's going to have to catch a deuce to win this pot, and he does it. Well, this is really tough luck for Mohsin.
Oh, that is just ridiculous.
Well, Mohsin's going to have to catch a queen, a jack, or a 7 to win the pot.
Not to be, Mike. It's over.
Well, Vince, in poker, sometimes making the wrong move at the right time is the way to go. That's what happened for Nikolai right there.
I think that what I love about tournament poker is that it really does help the aggressive. Players who don't play aggressively don't do as well. You know, I think that aggression can make up for a lot of mistakes.
You know, getting lucky with bad calls can make up for a lot of mistakes too, Vince.
All right, Keven Stammen gonna fold. Hasn't played a hand here yet. Very tight. And now the very disappointed Mohsin also folding. But here comes Nikolai with ace-9 of diamonds. Makes it 70,000 to go. Behind him, Jeff Forrest with jack, queen of clubs. He will call. Marchese folding. And the ice cream man with an ace-7 also folds. So two-way action. Here we go.
Flop comes king 10-4. And quickly, Nikolai making a $115,000 bet.
With just ace high.
Jeff with the open-ended straight draw does make the call, and the 9 comes off on the turn.
Jeff has caught the straight.
There's no card can come up he can lose the pot with, Vince. I'm talking about Jeff Forrest.
Nikolai has checked wisely.
There's Jeff Forrest Sr. there. Little does he know, his son cannot be beat on this hand.
He's trying to try to trap there. Now a king pairs the board as Nikolai meekly checks. And here comes Jeff with his straight. 225,000.
Just about half the size of the pot here. Trying to bet where his opponent will pay it off. Now, Vince, I can't even imagine you can pay this off in this spot. The only way you can pay this off, you think your opponent's got 2 4s or a small pair.
Nikolai is liable to do anything, and he does the worst thing right there. He makes this call.
This shows the straight. Wow. Nice.
Jeff shows him a straight and takes down the pot, but In my mind, Nikolai marching with 2 left feet right now in this tournament. Got lucky in one pot, but not playing well at the moment.
Jeff Forrest and his dad extremely happy as Nikolai takes a dive.
He's not playing well so far tonight, but he must have done a lot of things right to make it to this final table, that's for sure.
All right, back to this hand. 20 and 40 of the blinds.
I'm all in.
And it's around to Stammen, and he's gone all in with a pair of 8s.
How much is that, Kevin?
Mohsin.
Just under 400, I think.
From Chicago, Illinois, has a pair of 7s.
I'm all in.
And he says all in.
Well, both these guys on relatively short stacks.
Everyone else folds.
Got a pair?
Both picking up mid pairs and moving all in like most guys would do.
Nice hand, Kevin.
Unfortunately for Mohsin, he's got the under pair, he's got the 2 7s up against 2 8s.
It's really close. It's like the worst pair I can get it in with.
He does have a few more chips, so he won't be broke if he loses this pot, but...
Well, Mikey had an awful beat before with his ace-queen. He gets sucked out with an ace-deuce against his opponent. That was awful. Now, can he get some payback? Not there. It's an ace-4 deuce on the flop. Mohsin's behind.
Yeah, Mohsin's going to have to catch a 7 to win the pot. He could get a split if it comes a 3 and a 5, but...
Comes the turn.
Deuce comes off on the turn. So we are down to the river card. It must be a 7 for Mohsin to win this pot. Otherwise, Keven Stammen's going to double up.
Oh, boy, no. It's a 5 of diamonds. Mohsin not getting lucky there.
Not out, but...
Keven Stammen going to win this pot and double up.
Mohsin, who has 6 cashes of the WPT after only playing 15 WPT events. He's a heck of a player.
Gonna need a little bit of luck. If that's an accurate count.
So far, it is not his night tonight, no doubt about it. And now, he doesn't even have the size of the big blind, Vince. So his money's going to be in the next hand, regardless what he has. He won't even have to look at his cards to put it in.
All right, action on Stammen. He folds. Mohsin, of course, in with his remaining money. Nikolai now with an ace-deuce. Gonna lay that one down. And now it's up to Jeff Forrest, who has a king-jack of spades. He's gonna raise it to 90,000. Thomas Marchese behind him with an ace-6 of clubs is interested.
Call.
Makes the call. And the ice cream man gonna fold, so we have 3-way action. Mohsin on the ropes here. He is down to his dental floss. Let's see the flop.
Well, flop comes ace 7-5.
Mohsin with an inside straight, but ace is there for Marchese, and they all check the turn.
Well, another ace comes off. So Thomas feeling pretty good. His 3 aces are the best hand right now. He's going to make a wager here. 110,000.
Forces Jeff to go away, and...
I need a 4.
Well, Mohsin needs a 4 to stay alive. Nothing else will do for him.
Nice hand, Tom.
Now you might get there.
I apologize right now in advance.
He is 1 card away from the brink of extinction. Can he catch his 4?
Nope, a 5 comes off.
Good luck, guys.
Just like that, Mohsin Charania out in 6th place.
Yancey is one of those tough young players, but tonight just wasn't his night.
Now he's going to pick up close to 105,000, and just like that, we are down to 5.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Well, Vance, I believe Vanessa Rousso is truly one of the greatest poker players in the world. She can really play the game. Last year, she made over $3 million playing poker. Pretty impressive.
90,000.
What's impressive right here is Thomas Marchese, our chip leader, as you can see, a pair of kings. He's raised it to 90,000. David out Keven Stammen with a pair of deuces. Will he compete? No, he's going to fold it.
Well, Nikolai looks down at ace-queen.
And he's going to shove his small stack.
Well, I don't blame him here, Vance. I do the same thing with his chip count.
Call.
Jeff out, Thomas calling, of course. Nikolai from Brooklyn, New York, has to get lucky with his ace-queen. Otherwise, he'll be our 5th place finisher.
Well, Vince, he was all in earlier at this final table with ace-deuce against ace-queen. He sucked out and won that pot. Can he get lucky again to stay alive?
Anybody folding ace?
Couple of deuces.
Well, he plays a loose game. Can he get a good beat? And yes, he's got a great start. Ace hits on the flop.
Great flop for Nikolai. Thomas needs a king to win the pot. If a deuce and a 4 comes up, they would split the pot. Well, a deuce comes on the turn.
Stammen saying I would have had 3 deuces.
Would have sucked out as well. No sides. I'll take no sides.
Nikolai feeling good here. Down to the river. Will his hand hold up? Yes, it does. There's a 10 of hearts that hits on the river. Google's back in the game.
Got lucky again, Vince, to stay alive. And who knows, fate may be on the side of Nikolai tonight.
Well, the suckouts are running rampant here at Foxwoods. Stay with us as 5 players remain here on the WPT. Royal Flush Girls welcoming us back, and you heard Ben Haley say what a great time she's been having here all week. You can see the Royal Flush Girls, Kimberly Lansing, myself, and my buddy Mike Sexton live at all our WPT Tour stops. 5 players remain here, and the chip leader is Thomas Marchese with $3.5 million in chips.
Well, action's going to be on the oldest player at the table, 43-year-old David Inselberg. He goes out.
Now Keven Stammen also folding around to Nikolai.
Well, limps in on the button. Most guys would raise on the button with 2 4s.
Jeff Forrest also calling. And Thomas Marchese with a queen jack.
Jack.
Not going to raise. Content to see the flop.
So 3-way action.
Well, the flop comes up 10-8 deuce. Jeff hitting a pair of 8s, but going to check.
The chip leader's going to make a bet here with a gut shot straight draw and the 2 overcards.
Yeah, 90,000. Nikolai out. Jeff Forrest now from Orlando, Florida. Only 22 years old.
Look at this, Vince. He's going to check raise the chip leader here with second pair.
Yeah. An additional 100,000 into Marchese.
But Marchese quickly calls here.
Not going anywhere.
6 of hearts comes on the turn. Will Jeff fire another shell? No, he's going to check this time.
And now no help there to Marchese, but
465.
doesn't seem to care. He's going to put in a good bet, 465,000 into Jeff. Ooh, look at that look.
You get a glimpse of why Thomas Marchese was Card Players Player of the Year in 2010 for making plays like this. I promise you, probably 90% of even the really good players in the world would have checked on the turn here with an opportunity to get the free card to win this pot after his opponent checked on the turn. And Thomas not taking that route for the free card. He's firing out and winning the pot.
Yeah, Jeff has to lay his hand down. Nicely done by the chip leader.
Overbetting with a straight? That wasn't much of an overbet.
All right, back to the table. Quick fold by Nikolai. Now Jeff Forrest with a 6-5 of hearts. He's getting raising chips out, 80,000 to go. Thomas out. And the ice cream man also folding. Now Keven Stammen, very tough player, 6-4 clubs.
Well, his opponent made the minimum raise. It's only going to cost him 40,000 to call. And he does make the call with the 6-4 club. So both players only have 6 high.
Couple junk hands. There's the flop. Ace, jack, deuce. No help to either player. And no continuation bet. They both check.
Well, now a king comes off. Well, Kevin checking again. Sort of waving the white flag here. Jeff says, look, if he's not going to bet at this pot, let me bet at it and try to take it down.
And Stammen, just like an online player, just flies away, goes out. Jeff going to take that pot. The 22-year-old out of Orlando, Florida, looking good. Stay with us. We're coming back with more action here on the World Poker Tour. Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. We have 5 players remaining here at Foxwoods.
Right there, you can see the current standings for WPT Player of the Year. Whoever wins tonight will earn 1,200 points and jump into a tie for second place in the race for this coveted award.
And as you can see, Thomas Marchese is our chip leader with close to 3.7 million in chips. To the felt we go. Keven Stammen looks down at his card. He will not play. Nikolai Yakovenko with a pair of 5s.
He's going to raise it, makes it 90,000 to go.
The young pro from Orlando folding. Thomas also going out. So it's up to David Inselberg. Got to make the call.
Trying a new tactic with aces against the slow play.
He's stepping out of character here. Vince calling a raise with a queen 5. David normally a very tight player. Well, he's flopped the flush draw.
I'm all in.
And he's moved all in right on the flop.
Oh, yeah.
It's always a difficult decision.
It usually is.
Boy, an insta bet there by the ice cream man. Nikolai's been known to make crazy calls.
Bet to you, I'll fold it.
But not this time. He's going to fold it.
Yep, he does lay it down.
Wasn't a good flop for my hand anyway.
No, I kind of pinpointed that flop pretty well.
Or you had those aces and you thought I finally hit something?
Nikolai saying that ace is so wrong.
Well, David Inselberg has 2 children, Ross 13, daughter Samantha who is 10, and he says Sam, his daughter, is the best goalie in Long Island.
That is nice. And we're back down to the felt where the blinds are going up to 25 and 50,000. A little more expensive.
All in.
Keven Stammen all in with an ace-10. Nikolai out. Jeff not going to play. So around to Thomas Marchese, our chip leader. He's got an ace-3 of clubs.
He's going to lay it down.
Only one to beat is the ice cream man. He's got ace-queen of diamonds.
I call.
Well, he quickly called with the ace-queen of diamonds. So the 24-year-old from Polar, Ohio, Keven Stammen, in trouble right now.
Good luck, buddy.
Needs help to stay alive.
Can he get it on this flop?
Oh, not this flop. So comes queen 10-4 with 2 diamonds. David has not only flopped top pair, he's flopped a nut flush draw. Keven did flop a pair of 10s. Must catch a 10 to win this pot.
The online pro with the Friar Tuck haircut has to get lucky. A 3 of hearts on the turn. No help for him.
So we're off to the river.
Wish I had kitchens.
Keven must catch a 10, otherwise he's going to be our 5th place finisher. Queen comes off, so that's going to do it for the 24-year-old from Coldwater, Ohio.
Yeah, Keven Stammen out in 5th place. Going to take home 128,000.
Good luck.
What a good sport. And he walks away. We're down to 4.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
$25,050 with a $5,000 ante. Action's going to start with Nikolai. He's quickly mucking.
Over to Jeff Forrest. He's on the button, looks down at a king 10. Most pros would raise with this hand on the button, and Jeff doing just that. Makes it 100,000 to go.
The chip leader Thomas out, and now it's up to the ice cream man, David Inselberg. He's going to make this call.
Well, David Inselberg has shown to be a very tight player. He's got to step his game up here. He's doing it by calling a raise with ace-3 offsuit. And it's come queen, queen 3. He's now out in front with queens and 3s.
It's on him first to act, and he's going to check it. Jeff Forrest, 22 years old, out of Orlando, Florida. Got to make the continuation bet.
300,000.
Well, quickly to 300,000 by David.
Check raised by the ice cream guy.
He's just throwing the milkshake right in Jeff's face here.
Put a little chocolate syrup on that one, Mike, and it's going to work.
I'll tell you, you got to hand it to David. He is changing his game a little bit, speeding it up, and it's working out well for him.
Mike, he got in this tournament through a $250 satellite. Just amazing bargain. And he's turned out to be quite a player with a big chance at this title. Now look at this hand. Nikolai has picked up the weapons of mass destruction. Pair of aces just like that in first position. And there he goes, makes it 100,000. He's going to nurse him along on this bet.
Makes the minimum raise. Jeff going out.
Can he trap anybody? Thomas, the chip leader, picks up nothing. He's going to fold.
Around to David. He looks down at king 8 offsuit.
Call.
He's already in for 50, and he's been trapped. He's going to make this call.
Well, since we've got the 4-handed, he played the ace-3, and now the king 8, and he has flopped the top 2 pair. Incredible.
Just amazing, and he checks it, of course.
Look at this, the minimum bet, the size of the big blind here by Nikolai, thinking he's reeling his opponent in.
150.
Oh boy, ice cream man coming back over the top, making it 150,000 to go with his 2 pair.
Well, Vince, there's 2 spades on the board, a 2 card straight. I can't imagine Nikolai's going to fool around here and give him a draw to beat him. I'm sure he thinks his 2 aces are the best hand right now.
You wait for this type of hand, pair of aces.
I'm all in.
I call.
And a quick call.
You didn't flop aside, did you? Come on.
Well, he sees his precarious situation now. As his opponent has flopped the top two pair, he is going to have help or he's going to be out in fourth place.
Because I can't complain. I didn't get ace once in 3 days. Now I did.
Well, Vance, right now he's clicking the search engine, trying to find 3 aces or 2 pair here. That'll beat kings and eights.
Here's the turn, 3 of spades, no help to Googles.
3 of spades.
No help because his opponent's got the king of spade, meaning the ace of spade won't even help him here. He's got to pair the 7 or a 3 or catch an ace. It's not the ace of spade.
River card coming up.
Doesn't happen. 9 of clubs comes off. That's going to do it for the software engineer. Nikolai is going to be out in fourth place.
Yeah. Going to pick up 170,000, but tough luck.
You know, try to keep David in the pot. Made a small raise. He flopped 2 pair, and I guess that's just how it is, you know? I mean, not much I can do about that one.
That would be fun, but back to the table right now. Andy's going up to 10,000, blinds 30 and 60,000.
Thomas Marchese, the big chip leader, on the button, raises with the 9-4 offsuit. His opponents fold, so it just shows you the power of chips and what to do with them. Thomas Marchese demonstrating that. Just fire at them, and they'll run away from you.
And right now, David Inselberg folding Jeff Forrest.
I'm all in.
With a pair of 4s, says all in.
Call.
And Thomas is going to call with an ace-king.
Well, you can't blame them. So we have the classic race situation, the under pair versus the 2 overcards. And as any poker player will tell you, if you want to win tournaments, you got to win races. Doesn't matter if you have the overcards or the under pair, you got to get lucky.
There's Joey Fatone, formerly from InSync. He's the buddy of Jeff and his dad's. Can he bring him luck here? He's got a pair of 4s.
Oh, 4 right in the door.
3 of a kind on the flop for Jeff Forrest. As InSync celebrates.
Yeah, Joey Fatone was on Dancing with the Stars, doing a little dancing there after that flop.
Turn card.
Well, it's an 8, so it's not over yet.
That's my card.
So Thomas is alive. He can now catch a king or an 8 to win this pot.
Thomas Marchese looking to strike lightning right here on the river. Can he do it? Nope.
5 comes off. And Jeff Forrest lets out a sigh of relief there.
And Jeff Forrest, first time ever on the World Poker Tour, his first event, only 22 years old. What an effort here tonight.
Incredible. He's playing in his first ever WPT event. And here he is with the shot to take down this title.
Well, in this hand, he's raised with 9-5, but behind him, Marchese with a big ace-king.
Well, he just got burned with the ace-king a minute ago, Vince, in doubling up Jeff Forrest, but that's not going to slow you down for playing it. That's for sure.
Thomas has popped it to 320 to the ice cream man.
I'm on.
David, and he says all in with an ace-9.
I call. Oh, boy. Nice hand.
Well, Vince, I got to say, I'm very surprised that David picked this time to come over the top.
Ace king versus ace 9. Ace king versus ace 9.
The pot was raised and re-raised. This just not a premium hand. Unless you think your opponents are going to throw their hand away. No sense in moving all in here with an ace-9, but let's see if it works out for him.
All right, if you're sitting down, slide with you, sitting down.
The cream is getting thicker here for the ice cream man. In a lot of trouble right now.
Jeff, who are you rooting for, Jeff?
That's right now. It's like an ice cream coming out in 120-degree heat. Doesn't last long. He's going to have to get lucky or he's not going to last any longer in this tournament.
Here we go with the first 3.
Oh, and it's come ace-9-3. Oh! That's better than a banana split for the guy right there. He has flopped the top 2 pair. Unbelievable tough luck for Thomas so far.
No emotion from David.
Come on, senora!
He's in a state of shock. What a flop for him.
King me, Wilson! Come on, senora!
Turn card coming up.
Well, 8 of spade on the turn.
Can't even be over a 9.
Thomas Marchese must catch a king to win this pot. Unbelievable tough luck for Thomas Marchese.
That's fine.
Back-to-back hands. Thomas Marchese has lost with an ace-king. Vince, could it be fate for the ice cream man? Unbelievable to win that pot with ace-9 against ace-king. Destiny, perhaps on the side of the guy who won a satellite to get in this tournament.
What's going on, man?
Let's
behind I'm winning? I don't win from
He
behind.
is taking it to these guys tonight.
Man!
Yeah, I'm the ice cream guy. I played poker before the business and used a lot of my winnings to open the business, figuring it would be a more stable environment. I have 2 children, 10 and 13, and I figured an ice cream store in Manhattan would be fun. Didn't realize I'd be losing $80,000 a year and have to close it after 3. But it taught me a lesson not to gamble too much on something, even if it's business. And it's made me work harder to come back.
Well, the dream is very much alive for David as he smiles there.
And his 2 children, Ross, 13, his daughter Samantha is 10, who David claims is the best goalie on Long Island.
All right, back to the felt. The action continues. David's gonna fold this one. And now Jeff Forrest from Orlando peeks down at a queen deuce. Gonna raise, makes it 160.
Yeah, the young guys stay aggressive.
Thomas Marchese with a queen 3 of clubs. Gonna make the call. Here comes the flop.
Yeah, flop comes
Oh,
ace,
wow.
queen, deuce. What a flop for Jeff. He flopped the bottom 2 pair.
And Jeff not gonna play a coy. He bets 180,000.
Call.
And Marchese's gonna call. He's gonna stick around with his queens.
Well, a 4 comes off. Now, this does give Thomas a straight draw as well as 2 queens, but Jeff has got 2 pair, and he's firing again, this time $250,000.
And Thomas doesn't believe him. He's gonna make this call.
Well, Vince, the guy raised before the flop. He bet on the flop. He got called, and he bet again on the turn, so at some point, you have to start giving him credit for something. 6 of diamonds comes off.
Jeff's 2 pair, a thing of beauty at this point.
All in.
And he's gonna fire heavy, all in.
He's hoping his opponent's got aces and going to call him again. Thomas just has queens, and obviously at this point can only beat a bluff.
Thomas in a miserable position as he lays his hand down.
I bet he's laying his head down too, because right now he's got a migraine headache. He is sick. He is on a downward spiral.
Jeff's buddy in St. Joe Fatone, loving that.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Our current chip leader is 43-year-old David Inselberg from Long Island, New York.
Yep, the ice cream man with 3.3 million now. Jeff Forrest with 2.2, and it's on Jeff right now. And with it king 7, he's gonna raise. Makes it 120 to go. Thomas out. And now David Inselberg with an ace 8 of diamonds. Yep, he's made the call. We're seeing a flop.
And flop comes king 5-4. Nice flop for Jeff as he's flopped top pair, but
200.
right in front of him, David leads out and bets 200,000.
That's kind of shocking because he hasn't made many moves before. He's trying now as the chip leader, but a quick call by Jeff, who has the kings.
And now a deuce comes off.
Doesn't help the ice cream guy.
And he's going to check. He does have a straight draw. Jeff checks right behind him. Just doesn't want to get check raised out of this pot with top pair.
4 diamonds pairs the board.
250.
And there goes the ice cream man again. He's going to take a shot. It's $250,000.
This is a puzzling bet here to me, Vince. His opponent had 6-7, some kind of straight draw. He's going to win the hand with ace high anyway, but in case he had kings, 5s, or 4s, he's going to lose with ace high, and that's exactly the case as Jeff calls him with the 2 kings.
That's him.
And he's going to take down the pot.
Well, nice solid call by Jeff. And usually tonight he's been the pusher. He has been taking stabs, pushing the pots. And this time he let David do that, and it backfires on him.
Showing the young kids how to play, man.
I've been playing longer than you guys. You guys have played a lot more hands than me.
Maybe the snow cone is finally melting here a little bit.
I was saying in the interview how for us to change something, we have to lose 6, 7 tournaments each day, where you could figure something out in one day playing 30 tournaments.
And don't underestimate yourself there, David. You're doing just fine. Back the table. Thomas quickly folding.
David picking up a nice hand, the small blind here.
160.
He's going to raise it, makes it 160,000 to go.
And he's going to get a call by Jeff with just an 8-7.
Jeff has got position on him, as we say. He's got some money invested, makes the call, and looks like wisely so as he flops 7s up.
David, will you make the continuation bet? No, he slows down. And Jeff with the 7s.
Let's go and check.
Here comes the turn. 5 of hearts helps neither player. David possibly conceding, checks again, and now Jeff. $185,000 bet by Jeff.
Your arm never gets tired. It's amazing. I got the promo. I'm going to have to lay it down.
He just doesn't like the way things are going, Mike.
Listen.
And he is going to lay it down. Jeff Forrest on a little roll here right now.
Maybe catch the 5 somehow.
22-year-old playing in his first ever WPT event.
Flopping full houses over there, you know. How's your arm feeling?
Me, it's getting tired. I don't want to do that anymore. I had a good, I got hands that you guys would be all in with, and I'm just making bets with them and folding.
Thomas Marchese. He's got a pair of 3s.
All in.
He's moving all in with him.
David out. Around to Jeff. He's got a pair of 4s, Mike.
Well, Thomas was big chip leader not long ago. Now he's in 3rd place. He's moved all in with 2 3s.
I call.
Jeff makes the call. So it looks like the doom and gloom continue for Thomas Marchese here. He's going to have to get very lucky to stay alive in this tournament.
Yes, he is. Dominated right now. Thomas, a fine player, was so confident early on, but things have turned and changed rapidly here at Foxwoods for him.
Hearts don't work. Diamonds, maybe. I'll take a high paired board also.
All right, let's see the flop.
We'd like to see 2 higher pairs, what he's talking about to get to split, but comes king 9-5. He'd love to see 2 cards pair on the board where he would get a chop out of this pot. As it is, he needs a 3 or 2 running diamonds to win it. There's 1 diamond, the queen of diamonds. So that gives Thomas a lot more outs. He can win this pot now with a diamond or a 3.
Hold on.
You better get lucky here, hit that diamond or a 3. Otherwise, it's back to persistence for him. Here's the river card. He got it!
He's done it. Even though it makes 3 4s again for Jeff Forrest, it's not good enough as Thomas has made a diamond flush. Well, finally, Thomas says, I got some luck at this final table.
Well, he was overdue. Justice for Thomas.
He deserved that one.
It is a miracle here at Foxwoods. Thomas is back. We're coming back in just a moment as 3 players remain going after this Foxwoods title. 3 players remain here at the Foxwoods World Poker Finals.
Current chip leader, 43-year-old David Inselberg, former ice cream shop owner. Got in this tournament by winning $250 satellite. Action's on him. He folds.
Now Jeff Forrest from Orlando, Florida with a 7-5 is going to raise $200,000 to go.
Thomas is going to give him some action. He's going to call with the 10-9.
Jeff and Thomas at it again. Here's the flop.
And flop comes king 8 deuce with 2 hearts.
Jeff flops a 4 flush but checks.
Quickly, Thomas checks right behind him. Now a 7 comes off. Now he has a pair and a flush draw.
Checks again. Now Thomas with an open-ended straight draw is going to come out to play.
Vince, most players would just check raise right here in this spot after checking on the flop. Might as well raise on the turn. You got a pair and a flush draw, but Jeff taking the conservative route just calls the $250,000.
Down to the river.
And now a 9 comes off. Thomas has made the best hand now with 2 9s.
Jeff checks again.
There's a 3-card flush out there, possible straight out there. But Thomas is not going to bet the bluff here.
450.
He is betting a value bet. He believes his 2 9s are the best hand. I think he's put his opponent on a pair of 8s or possibly a pair of 7s.
Jeff absolutely sickened.
Well, he should be sick, Vince, because he lost his pot when he should have won it, in my mind. He should have bet the flop after raising pre-flop when he hit the flush draw. That would have won it right there. And then he could have check raised on the turn and won it as well, but he does make a good lay down here to get away from it, so he does save that money, but I'm sure when he sees this hand, he's not going to be happy with the way he played it.
Not that much of a station.
Yes, but Thomas Marchese's the Parsippany Kid. Takes down that pot. Nicely done. Nice patience along the way by the 23-year-old. First time at a WPT final table. Back down to the pit. Jeff Forrest with a 4 deuce this time. He's splashing chips around, going to raise it to 160.
A little bit of steam from that last pot.
Thomas out, but David's going to call with an ace-8 of spades. Not going to raise. Kind of surprising. And the flop is 2 spades there. King Jack 6.
250.
So David just nixes the idea of checking and letting his opponent bet to raise him. After that, he just leads out and bets and takes down the pot.
Cold Stone!
What's this Cold Stone?
I owned an ice cream store that cost me $500,000 and made me broke, but while I owned it, everyone
Loved you for it.
well, they called me Cold Stone, and it was nice. Now it's an old memory after this tournament.
Yeah, that's good.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
And he is going to pop it up. Makes it 160,000 to go. Now look at this, the ice cream man with a pair of 4s.
And he's also got the chip lead, Vince. Many players just come right back over the top with a pair.
What are you playing there? You playing 1.2?
1.3 and this.
Can afford to push his man around, but no, I'm shocked by this. Absolutely stunned. He folds the hand. How is that?
In the meantime, Jeff's going to make the call with the Queen 7 of clubs, so...
Yeah, this is just a stunning fold.
He's very concerned at 4 right in the door.
Look at that look. Jeez, back to serving snow cones back at the place. After that play, gee.
Oh, boy. Well, with the cards his opponents are holding, you probably wouldn't have made any more money anyway, but still.
We'll see. They both checked on the flop, and now on the turn of 3. And Jeff's going to get fancy. He's going to make a bet.
Well, here's a case he's bluffing with the best hand, the Queen High. He's going to take down the pot.
Good flop.
Flop is set. I knew that if I raised you with 4s, we'd get it in. I don't want to get it in right there with 4s.
8. And now David Inselberg, first to act. And he's going to lay down a Queen Jack. Now Jeff Forrest is going to raise with his ace-9. Makes it 225,000 to go.
All in.
And Thomas Marchese coming over the top with an ace-6.
It's going to cost Jeff Forrest all his money to make this call with an ace-9 offsuit. Now, he knows Thomas very capable of making a move here with like King Queen or King Jack suited, possibly an ace and a baby card suited. But still, would you call another 1.6 million with an ace-9 offsuit for your tournament life?
I call.
He has done it, and what a call this is by Jeff Forrest. Win or lose this pot, you got to admire the moxie of making a call for this much money with just an ace-9 offsuit after your opponent moves over the top, all in on you.
Here come the first 3.
Well, a 9 right in the door.
Yeah, Jeff has hit his pair of 9s. Out flop there, Thomas.
It's hard for me to catch up here.
Thomas has got to catch 6-6 to win it. Doesn't happen as the 9 comes off on the turn. Jeff Forrest has doubled up.
We working with.
And the Rubicon, please.
9 makes 9 full of aces.
Just like that.
But Vince, the key there was having the moxie to make that all-in call with the ace-9 offsuit and your opponent moves all in.
Yep. Jeff, a former business student at the University of Central Florida. He dropped out to play professional poker, and right now it is paying off. The blinds are going up to 50 and 100,000. Back to the next hand. Jeff now looks down at a King 6.
He's the chip leader now. Feels like he's on a little roll, so he's going to raise it up here with a King 6 offsuit.
Makes it 275, but Thomas Marchese
All in.
with ace king says all in. Ice cream man goes away.
Call.
He's been called
Ace Con.
by Jeff, and Jeff not in good shape here at all. His opponent has him dominated. It's ace-king versus king-6. But remember, Thomas Marchese has not fared well with the ace-king at this final table.
That's his nightmare hand. That's the hand he's been getting sucked out on all night long. Can it continue like that?
You're right, Vince. The last time he had ace-king, his opponent had ace-9. The flop came ace-9-3. That hand was a nightmare. Could it possibly happen again to him?
Wilson, keep it friendly for me this time.
We will see. Thomas Marchese, the Parsippany Kid, like to have his hand hold up. Here it comes.
Jesus.
6 right on the flop. Another dagger in the heart of Thomas Marchese.
The door card has been the dirtiest.
The door card, yeah. I can't even speak.
Brutal for Thomas.
All right, Jack or 8 maybe.
Here comes 4th Street.
Queen comes off. This does give Thomas a straight draw. That means Thomas can win the pot with a 10 now, as well as an ace, but he's got to have help.
And Joey Fatone, Jeff Forrest's good friend, celebrating perhaps a little early there. Can Marchese get lucky? No, a deuce of diamonds on the river.
Good game, man.
Well, folks, I got to tell you, absolutely horrible luck for Thomas Marchese at this final table. Yes, he outdrew his opponent in one hand when he had 2 threes against 4s, but on every other occasion, he had a dominating hand and didn't win a pot in these all-in situations.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm happy with how I played. I was unfortunate to be on the bad end of some beats in all-in pots, but that happens, and I'm sure I'll be back here.
Oh, man, just a dream final in my mind. A 22-year-old who's got the chip lead with 5.1 million in chips, playing in his first ever WPT event, up against a 43-year-old guy, lost his money in business, got in this tournament on a $250 satellite, and is going to make a huge cash wherever he finishes.
Well, here we go. David Inselberg with the button has called with Queen Deuce. Jeff Forrest with Queen 8, content to see the flop. Here we go.
Yeah, flop is ace-9-3. No help to either player.
Jeff is going to check, and look at this. Changing gears perhaps by the ice cream man. He makes a bet, and Jeff Forrest going to fly away. First hand going to David Inselberg.
Well, Jeff has about a 2.5 to 1 chip lead as we start this heads-up battle over David Inselberg, but David off to a good start.
200.
Well, Jeff now with 9-7, going to make it 200,000. David with a Jack-10 right now. Will make the call. I was going to say, you won this tournament back in '92, I believe.
Yeah, Jeff was what, 3 or 4 years old at that time?
That's right. All right, the flop comes up ace-king-7, pair of 7s for Jeff Forrest. They both check.
Oh, a queen comes off. This gives David the absolute nuts. He's got the ace-high straight.
300.
Oh, when he gets to have someone bet into him, when you have the cinch, the nuts.
So in my opinion, Jeff made a bad play here by not making the continuation bet on the flop. Now, David might have called with a gut shot straight draw, but the guy raised before the flop and bets when an ace of king hits the board. Chances are you're not going to call.
5 on the river, no help. So the ice cream man with the nuts going to check again.
Check's good.
Oh.
Right.
He's disappointed he didn't get more.
You know, David's a little upset here. He's not going to make any more money if he leads out in bets or if he raises on the turn. So in truth, he's just frustrated his opponent didn't have a better hand, but
yeah,
he's got to be aware he couldn't have won any more money had he raised on the turn or bet on the river.
You don't get paid for a Sunday if you're just giving away a snow cone.
I can't hear you.
Well, cold stones is what the audience is crying out here. No, he didn't have the cold stones in the ice cream parlor, but that ace-high straight was a cold stone nuts, no doubt about it.
Well, David on a nice comeback trail right now. It's on him this time with a miserable-looking 10 deuce offsuit.
200.
And he's going to pop it. Makes it 200,000 to go.
Yeah, must think he's Doyle Brunson right now.
6.
10 deuce, very famous hand in the poker world, named after Doyle Brunson, who won the world championship 2 years in a row with that hand. But here he gets raised and throws the 10 deuce away, and now recognizes he's not Doyle.
Yep, but at least he has moves right now. David does.
What Steve Danneman say? I'm having the time of my life when he was heads up to hatch him.
Sounds right.
I'm having the time of my life. I'm sure you are also.
This is great. David's really enjoying this.
200.
But look at this. Jeff has a pair of ladies, pair of queens. Makes it 200,000 to go. David with just 9-6 going to make this call. Could get into trouble. Wow.
Flop comes 9-8-5. David's flop top pair and a gut shot straight draw. Jeff, of course, has the overpair.
Yeah, David has checked it.
250.
$250,000 bet with the overpair by Jeff.
600.
Well, we could see some serious fireworks here. And Vince, in my mind, if you get the overpair here, you just got to go for it all.
I'm all in.
And that's what he's done. Jeff Forrest has moved all in.
It's plunge time.
I call.
Yeah, you can't throw this hand away now if you're David. You just got to gamble with it and hope you can hit a 9, a 7, or a 6.
The ice cream man is down to 8 flavors, gentlemen. He is in trouble.
6, 7, 9. 6, 7, 9.
He's trying to get a chant go, but it's a little meek.
Let's go, folks. Well, Jeff Forrest loving it. Knows if his 2 queens stand up here, he's going to capture a WPT title in his first ever attempt.
One time.
Here we go with a turn. Can the ice cream man hit?
A queen right on the turn. Still not over, though. But the 9 and 6 now will not help David anymore. He must catch a 7, must make it straight to win this pot.
Can Jeff Forrest, in his first ever WPT event, win this title? It's coming down to this.
Nope, ace comes off.
And Jeff's done it.
Well, I can't believe it, Vince. He is in shock that he has done it. 22 years old, playing in his first ever WPT event and taking down the title. That is impressive stuff.
In sync, doing backup, excited for his friend.
Well, going over to see his friends, his dad there to greet him. There's the hug from Dad.
Love you, big guy. Love you too, dude.
Second place is just like winning. I don't have a bracelet, I don't have a trophy, but second place is a win. I mean, of course. I gotta be happy with that. And I get to go see my family tomorrow.
Until next time, may all your cards be live and your putts be buster.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
At Bellagio, a WPT favorite reappears after 7 years. 2 bridesmaids make a bid for the top spot, and one of poker's biggest names makes her bid for WPT history. It's a night worthy of Doyle Brunson himself, and it's only on the WPT.
We're about to get started. The winner's going to take home close to $900,000, and there's the lineup. Vanessa Russo, the chip leader, with $5.8 million in chips.
And a chance to make poker history tonight, Vince. As she said, she could be the first woman in history of the World Poker Tour to win an open event, meaning one where you had a buy-in.
Okay, let's get it out of the way. Happy birthday, Antonio.
There's the magician, Antonio Esfandiari. It's his birthday here tonight. Action going to the lady at the table. And look at this. As she picks up the queens, the ladies, what a hand. She's made it 125, but right behind her is Ted. He's got a pair of 9s.
She is really a terrific player, but desperately wants to win this title tonight. Well, Ted Lawson, poker pro.
I'm all in.
Wow.
He's going all in with the 2 9s here.
Like he should. Racener goes away.
Pass.
Morrison out.
That's right.
And Andrew Robl also flying away. The magician disappears.
I call.
And a quick call by Vanessa. We have a showdown.
Queens against 9s.
She is dominating Ted Lawson at this point.
This is a 9th WPT cash for Ted. Well, there's Ted's good buddy, 2-time WPT champ Hoyt Corkins in the crowd watching him, but...
We're all rooting for you, Ted. We're all rooting for you, buddy.
Ted on the short stack needs a lot of help with his 9s. Can he get it?
Am I in the wrong seat?
Apparently, but we will see. Here comes the flop.
Yeah, man!
Well, there you go. Little energy from the 51-year-old, the oldest guy at the table here.
How about a 10, make it fun?
I don't want it to be fun. I don't want it to be fun at all.
Ted out in front. Got to dodge a queen or 2 running cards to make it straight now.
This game's never easy.
See the turn?
Here we go with the turn card.
Oh! Can you believe this? Ted can't believe it, as you can see. counted his blessings on the flop, and now all of a sudden he's down to 1 out on the river.
Unreal.
They really wanted to make a TV show today.
They really want to give me a heart attack today.
Absolute hair pull by the little lady.
Can we just do it quickly, please?
Down to the river we go. That's sickening. Here comes the river.
Well, a king on the river, so that's going to do it for the poker pro out of Vegas. Ted Lawson won to win tonight, but Vince got lucky on the flop, unlucky on the turn, out tonight in 6th place.
Flame boiled out of here, picking up 126,000.
Holy smokes.
Vanessa Russo extends her chip lead. Let's turn it over to Kara Scott, who is down on the floor with Ted Lawson.
I caught the 9, there were 2 queens, and bing, queen, you know. Yeah. But it was a great time, and I had a really nice time up until that queen hit. And there's always the next turn.
Queen that Vanessa Russo has. Action's on her now. She looks down at ace-jack. She's going to raise it. Makes it 150,000 to go.
Racener out, and now Kirk Morrison with a queen 10 of clubs will call.
Kirk, one of those players not afraid to play pots.
Andrew Robl out, Antonio out as well. So two-handed action, Mike.
You and me, baby.
Kirk and Vanessa, and here's the flop.
And the flop comes Jack 10-6.
Look out.
With 2 spades. Vanessa's flop top pair, top kicker.
Call.
Quickly makes a continuation bet of 225 and a call by Kirk.
Well, the king comes on a turn. That helps him, and then it gives him an open-end straight draw. Vanessa out in front with the jacks, but she checks. Kirk, there's a pair of 10s, of course.
And he says, I'm going to check as well. Down to the river we go.
He's going to take the free card off. And what a free card it is. Breaks into a big grin as he makes Broadway, the ace-high straight. Vanessa checks. She's got aces and jacks, but
400,000.
He has to bet it.
Well, 400,000 is the bet.
Vanessa's going to pay it off.
Queen.
That is sickening if you're Vanessa. Mr. Clark Kent there, picking up a nice pot.
Folded around to Kirk. Got the king-jack offsuit.
Makes it 135,000. Andrew now, look at this, with a king-9s coming back over the top. Makes it 375,000 to go.
Call.
The magician disappears, and Kirk is going to make this call.
Well, Andrew making the 3-bet, as we say, with the king-9. And he has come out with the best hand now as it comes 10-9-7.
Easy game.
And Kirk has a 2-way straight draw.
Check.
They both check. Wow. Look at this. Kings and 9s now for Andrew, and Kirk with kings.
That's another good bet. Who stares more, Andrew or I?
He's a talker, this guy.
I know. I can be cute sometimes, but
What a character we got here.
that deuce to bet. He didn't like that.
You pissed him off, Kirk.
Very personable.
How much is that?
Andrew's going to bet his 2-pair, 420,000.
You can't blame him for betting here.
Do you have any of that?
He's got a lot of it, Kirk.
All right.
Kirk has made the call.
Yeah, it goes in deeper.
Just in case I get there.
Kirk needs a queen, a jack, or an 8 to win this pot.
We're going to the river. This is a good pot now.
Well, an ace comes off. Neither player going to like that card. Going to be fearful their opponent might have made aces up. It doesn't slow down Andrew Robl.
850,000 into Kirk Morrison.
He fires again here with kings and 9s.
Kirk's lost his smile. He's back. He's got that goofy laugh again.
My man.
Oh, what a predicament.
Well, it's pretty obvious I don't have the nuts right now. That's pretty obvious.
Forced laugh by Antonio.
Yeah, they're still the same.
And that's, of course, will be the queen jack for the ace-high straight.
All right, Andy. I'm gonna
do the right thing.
I'm gonna pass.
There you go.
I'm gonna pass.
Well, he makes a good lay down there. Solid fold. But Andrew Robl playing very aggressive before the flop. Out flopping his opponent, making 2-pair to take down that pot.
Nice hand, my man.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
I'm Vince Van Patten, alongside my Hall of Fame partner here, Mike Sexton.
And Vince, we've got 5 big-name players at this final table, all fighting for a WPT title. Antonio, of course, going for his second. Action over to Andrew Robl.
Lives in Vegas. He's got ace-3 of diamonds.
Just limping in on the button.
The Magician's going to fold in the small blind, and Vanessa not going to raise. Going to see a flop. Here we go.
And the flop comes 9-9-5.
Vanessa checks. She's going to try to trap.
Well, she's flopped 3 9s.
Andrew going to push here. He's betting the continuation, 60,000. And she's going to double it with the cute 120. Look at this, Andrew, just quick calls. We'll go on to the turn.
Jack of Hearts comes off.
And Vanessa going to stick out 200,000. Has Andrew had enough? No.
Well, Vince, he's drawing completely dead. No card he can catch to win this pot. Must put her on some type of straight draw like a 6-7 or a 7-8.
King of spades on the river.
Well, this time a $500,000 bet by Vanessa. Well, Vince, I am very puzzled by Andrew's play on this hand. He called on the flop with the ace high, called on the turn with the ace high. Must think the ace high is the best hand. He must specifically put her on a 6-7 or a 7-8.
3 9s.
She's got 3 9s. They're going to take down that pot. And Vince, that was like $1 million giveaway by Andrew Robl, in my opinion there. He just went with his gut feeling.
Wow, here's Chad Brown, Vanessa's husband, a great player himself, and Vanessa Russo galloping away. The filly making big strides tonight.
Pass.
And the antes are going up to 10,000. Blinds are now 40 and 80,000. And now Andrew Robl.
Well, probably still talking to himself about that nearly 800,000 he gave away in the last pot.
Well, he's made it 180 to go. Antonio out, but Vanessa with a pair of 9s. And she's going to raise. The champ in good form right now. Racener out, back on Andrew.
Yeah, he just got spanked by Vanessa a minute ago. See what he's going to do here with an ace-8.
No, he has called it. It's a two-way action.
Just about. How much do you have behind? Can you just round it off for me?
There you go, girl.
1-5-1-6.
Okay, thank you.
Wants to know how much she can punish Andrew with, and there's the flop.
Well, 10-6-4 with 2 diamonds. So Andrew has flopped the nut flush draw, as we say. Vanessa right now has the best hand with 2 9s, but
all in.
Well, Vanessa going all in. Just hoping he doesn't have a 10. And now Andrew's got a tough decision.
Can I call?
He calls, and he's going to have some help, or he's going to be our 5th place finisher. Andrew looking for an ace or a diamond right now.
Can the filly knock out the cash game pro? A lot of drama left in his hand.
Andrew Robl looking for the diamond. And Vince, they say diamonds are a woman's best friend. Then it won't be here.
Can she break Andrew Robl right now? We will see. Here's the turn. It's a diamond.
That's going to do it. The flush of Andrew Robl going to win this pot. Doesn't matter what comes up on the river. And as you can see, he's got some fans in the house tonight.
The first run in the stocking there for Vanessa.
Well, Vince, I like the way she played the hand. She came over the top with 2 9s, moved all in on the flop. Unfortunately, he had the diamond draw and hit it.
That's what I do on TV poker. I get it on behind and win. Every time.
They folded around to Andrew Robl, and he has picked up 2 queens. What a hand with the button. And he's going to make it a subtle 200,000. The Magician playing very tight tonight. He folds.
Now Vanessa quickly makes the call with the Jack-7 of clubs. She has flopped top pair, could get in further trouble here.
7-4 deuce, all hearts.
Well, she just doubled Andrew up in the last pot.
She checks Andrew with no heart, betting again, 250. Vanessa gonna get tricky here, comes back over the top, makes it 750,000 to go with no heart.
I'm all in.
Well, Andrew's going all in.
I think I'm going to go with it. Just give me a second.
He's saying most likely she probably has one heart. I don't care. I'm gonna gamble my queens.
Do you want me to? I've got a really big hand, a really, really, really big hand.
You're right. A really, really, really awful hand.
It's $2 million in the middle.
Well, Vance, the only way she can call here is if she specifically puts him on like ace, king, ace, queen with the ace of hearts.
Okay, I'm going.
This would be a dreadful mistake by Vanessa if she makes this call, in my opinion. Without a heart in her hand to make a flush draw, I'd say I can call with 2-7. She could be up against an overpair and the flush draw. She's drawing almost dead.
Okay, I call time on myself. I'm gonna lean in it.
So Vanessa's got 1 minute to act on her hand. If she hasn't acted by then, her hand is automatically folded.
My read is that you're bluffing. My read is that you're bluffing. You have one, maybe two overcards with a flush draw, but the problem is that there's so much in there I can't even avoid. Even if you do have that, it's correct for me to call.
She is a math whiz, graduated in economics from Duke in 2.5 years.
Best case scenario, you could be 60%.
She better put 2 and 2 together, or she's going to be severely crippled.
I think you've got one over on me, and maybe 9 outs, so that's 12 outs plus basically flipping. Flipping is so not fun.
Oh, she's great. Off here on the percentages, but...
I mean, would you think you were good here with top pair?
You know, a lot of players go through this, but they talk to themselves. They don't explain it all to the table.
She's entertaining.
How much time? Can you tell me now, or before we wait too much longer?
1 minute is in 2 seconds. 10, 9.
Wait, give her an extra time.
Dude, I was asking. That was so weird. I was like, how much time do I have left?
You said 1 minute, and she thought she had a minute, so she got distracted. Like,
I was just asking how much time is left. I don't know why you were waiting 10 more seconds. I just wanted to know how much time is left.
Start over at 30 or 20. I don't know.
All right, 20 seconds.
Jesus.
Well, Vanessa seemed confused by the tournament director, but I think he made it quite clear. You have 1 minute to act on your hand. When they get 10 seconds, they'll start counting backwards.
Well, you're right about that, Mike.
She's getting more time, but I guarantee you, I mean, Andrew would like her to call if he could see her hand, but if she has a heart in her hand, he would not want her to call here.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Clock running out, and she finally does the right thing, makes the fold.
Well, Vance, she made it a tough fold when I think it was just simple as ABC to make that fold after the guy moves all in for $3 million.
Oh, that was close. That was so hard. Probably would have called, but that messed me up. That time thing really messed me up. Couldn't even think.
And she's stumbling badly right now.
I was like, why are you waiting? I'm explaining how much time is left.
Andrew Robl, nicely done.
I didn't mean to be confusing. When I said how much time is left, I just... So then you can say you almost have your minute up. Don't wait 10 seconds and then tell me that.
Only the audience at home is going to know about that one.
Pretty amazing. Back to this hand, Andrew Robl quickly folding, and now Antonio, the magician, picks up ace-queen.
Antonio's been very quiet this final table so far. Right now he's in 5th place in chip count, but going to raise here with the ace-queen.
I'm going to call.
Makes it 205. Everyone folds, but Kirk Morrison, who has a jack-9 of clubs, he makes the call.
He wants to see a flop with this hand.
I assume he didn't raise blind, right?
And he's flopped to flush draws. It comes queen 7-6 with 2 clubs. Unfortunately for him, Antonio's flopped top pair with top kicker.
Kirk is checked, and Antonio with a continuation. Bets 330.
Call.
And a quick call by the 4 flush.
Well, he doesn't raise with a flush draw, just calls. Now the 8 of hearts comes off. This gives him an open-end straight draw.
Check it.
But he checks again, and Antonio.
Well, once he checks, some players would have just moved right in on the turn with that kind of drawing in.
He's going to try to make Kirk levitate here because he's betting a hefty $650,000, it looks like.
You might leave me just enough chips to bluff the river. You know that? You might lay down. Who knows? Might leave me just enough. Oh, that's not good. That's not a good start. I short stacked myself.
Well, Kirk is threatening to go all in here. Will he shove? He's got a big drawing hand.
He knows his problem is if he moves all in here, Antonio's virtually pot committed to calling.
This is a first. Kirk actually doing math in a hand. This is a first.
Kirk is what we call a field player in poker. Just goes with his gut most of the time. See what he's going to do here.
There's Phil Luck, the Unabomber, and Antonio's dad in the audience.
Oh, you guys are going to do that rabbit hole thing, though, right? Ugh. Don't like that. Antonio, you're going to win, mate.
And Kirk is going to make a good laydown.
Well, a big laydown. Not sure it's a good one, but the kind of drawing hand he had. Take a look at the Wonder Cam. Yes, it is. The 6 of spade comes off.
Got this one rabbit cam I don't want to see.
Turns out to be a nice laydown by Kirk Morrison.
Good laydown, sir.
Would not have hit his card, and Antonio playing pretty solid tight tonight. Picks up his first pot. Okay, onto this hand. The blinds are going up to 50 and 100,000. Action on Vanessa. He's been a little taken aback since the last debacle. She folds.
Over to John Racener here. He's got a king-6 offsuit. Going to raise it. 255,000. Going to try to make something happen.
Kirk Morrison with ace-jack calls, and Andrew Robl with a pair of 5s quickly calls as well.
Well, Antonio going out, so we've got three-way action here. Flop is ace-10-5. Andrew has swapped 3 5s, and he checks.
Oh, he's going to try to trap with his 3 of a kind. Racener also checking.
Well, they're both checking, and you got 2 aces you're going to bet here. Kirk Morrison certainly does that.
Can't blame him.
It's 225,000. Quickly gets raised by Andrew.
Makes it 550. Racener out.
Oh.
And Kirk not hesitating. Thinks he's out in front with the aces. He's making the call.
Well, Vince, you're not going to put the guy on ace-king here because he didn't raise before the flop.
Turn card is the 9 of spades.
God, I wish you wouldn't do that. I'll call it when we're like looking at each other, you know, a little bit and having that moment.
Is it romantic?
Nah, it's not.
It looked romantic.
All in.
Wow.
Well, Andrew's gone all in.
I call.
Kirk Morrison is called.
Oh, this side. That's good. You got the best. You win.
Well, Kirk knows he's drawing dead.
The relevant card, 10 of spades on the river.
It's a pleasure.
And just unfortunate for Kirk Morrison, out in 5th place. Going to take home 168,000.
Well, the happy-go-lucky guy, Kirk Morrison, took a 3-year hiatus from the World Poker Tour. He's come back to make the final table here. Hopefully, we'll see a lot more of him in the future.
Nobody wanted to talk tonight. But I'm just happy to, that I can still play. So I'll take another time capsule and come back in 3 years and see if I can still do it.
I'll meet you right here then.
That's a date.
Thanks so much.
No worries, dude. Cheers. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bellagio and WPT. You guys have been fantastic to me. Cheers.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Okay, Vince, as you can see, Andy Frankenberger is still at the top of our Season 9 Player of the Year standings, having made 2 final tables and winning a WPT title. Andy, Kiamoa Jerry, and Dwight Pilgrim all cashed in this event, adding points to their totals.
All right, back to the table. 4 players remain. And right now, Andrew Robl's the chip leader with 8 million. Action to John Racener, who picks up a pair of deuces.
Well, when you play short-handed poker from 4 players on down, you have to play more aggressive. So Racener raising it with 2 deuces here.
But Antonio with a pair of 8s. He's going to raise, makes it 700,000 to go. Vanessa out. Racener going to call.
Racener just hoping to flop a deuce here.
8s against deuces, and there's the flop.
Well, it's come king, king, 9.
All in.
Antonio going all in with 2 8s. Says if you can beat this, good luck to you. Racener now trying to figure out, does he have ace-queen or something, but he can't take a chance. Lays down the 2 ducks. And John Racener just has not been able to get things going today.
Back to the game, a quick fold by John Racener. And now our chip leader, Andrew Robl, with a king 5 with the button. He is getting chips out to push.
250,000 the bet. Antonio out.
Vanessa now, though, with an ace-king. Very strong hand.
I'm shocked she didn't come over the top of this hand. She just makes the call. Wants to see a flop.
Well, she catches her aces right there.
Let's come ace, king, 5, all diamond. She's got top pair and the nut flush draw, and it goes check, check.
Andrew's got a pair of 5s, deuce on the turn.
Well, she's betting here, and I don't know why.
And Andrew's going to make this call with just 5s. What is he thinking?
And he's thinking his 2 5s are the best hand.
Guess so. Jack on the river helps neither player. Vanessa first to act again.
700,000.
And she's going to bet 700,000.
I don't know what to do. I pull the audience, like, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire style.
Well, I think he does know what to do. It's going to be to get away from these 2 5s.
That doesn't help.
He's in trouble. Vanessa can't look. Look at that.
Yeah, she's hiding herself.
That's the posture of a champion.
All right, I'm going to fold it.
He does make a fold here. And Vanessa wishes he would have called.
Chad Brown, Vanessa's husband, enjoying that moment. She is back.
Work your magic, please. Show that magician what's up.
And there's Maria Ho and Tiffany Michelle, Vanessa's good friends, rooting her on.
Well, they got the girl power going tonight, Vince.
Yeah, they certainly do. Those 2 are great players in their own right.
It's going to be embarrassing if you bluffed me. You know, I called you when you had it, and then folded when you didn't.
No, you're doing just fine, Andrew.
Well, on that hand, he did.
Back to the table, Vanessa. And this time she's going to look down at a king 10 offsuit.
Well, she's going to stay aggressive here, it looks like, as she caps her cards. Using an indication someone's going to play a pot. And indeed she is. She raises it to 250,000 with the king 10.
John Racener can't pick up any cards lately. He folds. But Andrew with a huge hand, ace, queen of diamonds.
Well, Vince, once again, he and Vanessa are going to play a pot here. At least temporarily. Well, this is a powerful hand in a 4-handed poker game. And he's going to raise it. Makes it 700,000 to go.
Antonio gets out of the way.
Call.
And Vanessa is going to stick around. Makes the call.
Well, she wants to see a flop here, Vince. Don't know if she's getting a little stubborn. But she's just trying to beat this guy so bad because he's taken so many chips from her so far.
And look at this. 2 pair, top 2 pair for Andrew on the flop. Ace, queen, 3.
So Andrew's flopped the top 2 pair. Vanessa is the gut shot straight draw. There you see Kirk Morrison, who's come back to watch this final table. Sitting along with another good player, Robert Williamson.
So it's on Andrew. Huge hand, and he's not going to play it slow. He's going to bet.
Nope, going to make the continuation bet with the top 2 pair here. Just don't want to give your opponent a free card where she could catch a gut shot to beat you, or if she had a small pair, make trips to beat you, where they're going to bust you on the turn.
Well, it's 700,000, and Vanessa cannot take the heat.
Well, she had the gut shot straight draw, just didn't want to put in 700,000 to try to catch a jack.
And Andrew Robl extending his chip lead here at the Doyle Brunson 5-Diamond World Poker Classic. 4 players remain, and what a field and what a tournament we have seen so far.
You're right, Vince. Players love coming to Bellagio. It's one of the greatest places in the world to play poker. Doyle Brunson himself almost made this final table here at Bellagio in a tournament that's named in his honor. Incredible effort by Doyle.
And now, action on John Racener. He's got a queen, 8 of clubs.
All in.
And he's going to push all in. Robles out. But the magician has a king-queen.
Much.
Pretty good hand. He says, how much you got, sir?
Well, Racener's got about $1 million in chips. Antonio's got $4.5 million, so he can afford to make this call, and he does so, and what a call it is.
Very solid. Vanessa out, and we got a showdown.
Well, this is a great read on Antonio's part.
King ball one time.
Had his opponent dominated. King-queen versus queen-8.
Good luck.
The magician trying to make Racener disappear.
What did you fold?
Queen 8.
Folding queen 8.
I hate that when I hear that at the table.
There's 2 8s in the deck.
Takes your sweat away.
Yes. Antonio loving his chances. Can he break John Racener at this point? We will see. Here's the flop. Oh, and he gets a king.
Comes king 6-3, 1 club. So for Racener to win this pot, he's got to catch 2 running clubs to make a flush, or the last 2 8s in the deck to make 3 8s.
Racener, the 24-year-old out of Tampa, in a lot of trouble. Here comes the turn card.
Well, 7 of hearts comes off. So that's going to do it for John Racener. The 24-year-old poker pro out of Tampa, Florida, finishes in 4th place. And Vince, he just didn't have any cards tonight. Wasn't meant to be for John tonight.
Well, he picks up 232,000. John Racener out. We're down to 3 players, and one of them is the magician, Antonio Esfandiari. Then we have Lady Maverick, Vanessa Russo, and of course, the very strong Andrew Robl.
We've lost John Racener, unfortunately, here from our final table. I know that one of the things you said was really important to you is that you had your mom here.
It's the only thing that went right, really. I guess 4th place finish is not too bad out of 430 players of really good, strong players.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
Really good players, I must say. There you see the winner's going to take home over $870,000. Our current chip leader is Andrew Robl. Andrew's got $9.7 million in chips. Antonio Esfandiari going for his 2nd WPT title tonight with $6.1 million. And the lone lady at the table, Vanessa Russo, is now on the short stack with $1.7 million. Vince, she came to this final table as chip leader. She's now on the short stack.
Lady Maverick in a bit of trouble. Now the antes are 15,000, blinds are 60 and 120. Here we go. Antonio's going to fold. And now Lady Maverick looks at her hand. She's got a big one. Ace Queen.
Mullen.
And she goes all in for $1.7 million.
Andrew Robl, our chip leader, looks at an Ace King.
I call.
And he's quickly calling.
Well, Andrew has Vanessa dominated. This could shatter the dreams of Vanessa, who desperately would love to win a WPT title.
Andrew up on his feet. The crowd going nuts here. And of course, Maria Ho and Tiffany Michelle, good friends of Vanessa Russo.
2 good poker players in their own right, rooting their lady friend on, but she needs luck. And she hits it on the flop as the queen comes off. There you go. Vanessa out in front with 2 queens. It's not over.
Vanessa's very stoic.
She is not flinching though, Vince, until those last 2 cards come out. Well, Andrew needs to catch a king to take the lead. A jack would give him an ace high straight.
Oh, drag it up, Jack! Jack!
Vanessa's professional enough to know she don't celebrate too early. But she's out in front with the queens. Here comes the turn.
It is a king! Unbelievable. Tough luck for Vanessa Russo right there. That is Heartbreak Hotel for Vanessa right there.
It's like she thought it was coming. The filly breaks a leg down the stretch. This is awful. Now she needs the miracle.
Well, Antonio and Andrew, good friends. Antonio trying to hide his eyes, didn't want to see the bad beat at the river in case it would come up. Vanessa needs a jack for the split, a queen for the win. She gets a queen.
Oh my God.
She spiked the queen. Unreal. The lady at the table caught a lucky lady on the river.
This is going to make for some good TV.
What an incredible hand.
How did that queen come? I did not see that coming.
So sick.
Lady Maverick back in action. Who's better than her? We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour.
Right now, back to the action. Vanessa Russo picks up 2 aces, man. She just had a queen on the river to stay alive, and now she picks up 2 aces. Could it be destiny for the lady?
Weapons of mass destruction she picks up. She makes the raise, goes to 300,000. Andrew with a queen jack makes the call. Magician flies away.
She just got all those chips off Andrew. He's trying to get him back, but he's going to have to hit quite a flop to beat these 2 aces.
Here we go.
The flop comes ace, 8-4, all clubs. Vanessa has 3 aces, but Andrew does have the flush draw.
You always got to sweat it. Andrew checks. His 3 of a kind here is going to bet 400,000.
Now look at this, Vince. Andrew looking back at his cards. Now, normally a player does that to see if one of his 2 cards are a club.
Could be a reversal, though. He could be tricky, but this time he's not.
Now He's making the call, Vince. If I was Vanessa, I would absolutely put him on the flush draw here.
Well, he'd love to catch a club. Can he? Here comes the turn. No club, but it is a queen.
It does strengthen Andrew's hand, at least in his mind. Not in reality, as Vanessa's got the 3 aces, so a queen or a jack is not going to help him.
He checks again.
I'm all in.
Wow, Vanessa going all in this time.
Very strong bet.
She's going to make him pay for it if he wants to get lucky.
It's a $3.7 million all-in bet, Vince, into a pot that's got $1.5 million in it. Andrew knows he's not getting the right price mathematically to make this call.
Does he want to gamble?
It's probably about the only bet I'm going to fold to.
And he's going to do the right thing. He is going to lay it down. So a nice bet by Vanessa to the delight of her husband, Chad Brown, and Mom.
Well, let's check the wonder cam here, though. But, oh, look, that 7 of clubs comes off. Andrew would have made the flush to knock Vanessa out of this tournament.
So a beautiful bet by Lady Maverick, going all in. That is perfect poker.
Yeah, she takes another chunk of chips from Andrew Robl.
In poker, I make most of my income playing high-stakes cash games. I don't think there's really a huge difference between tournament and cash game poker like some people do. I think it's all about putting players on hands and playing against them perfectly.
There's the great Doyle Brunson with the Royal Flush Girls.
Well, Vince, he got knocked out with 2 tables left in this tournament, trying to make it to this final table. But when I see him sitting there with the Royal Flush Girls, I'm not so sure he's upset about it anymore.
All right, back to the felt we go. Andrew Robl, a quick fold, and now Antonio Esfandiari with just 8-4. He's going to raise. Makes it $325,000 to go.
Well, Vanessa looking him up with a king-7 here, just not buying it that he's got a hand.
We're going to see the first 3. Here they are. And it's a queen, jack, 10. Big open-ended for Vanessa. Antonio.
Quickly reaching for chips. Now betting $470,000. And without hesitation, Vanessa calls him with the open-end straight draw.
Yeah, she doesn't believe him. And here comes the turn.
Well, now a king comes off. So Vanessa now has 2 kings, but you're fearful your opponent's got a straight here, Vince. King, queen, jack, 10 on the board.
And look at this. Antonio is going to bet nevertheless with absolute poppycock.
Well, Vince, the only way you could possibly call him here was to think he had absolutely nothing, just like he does have. And Vanessa has made this call.
Oh, that's a brilliant read by Vanessa.
Unbelievable what a call this is. Now a 7 comes off. She's now made 2 pair.
Doesn't help Antonio. Can he possibly fire 3 times?
Mullen.
Whoa! Not just fire, he's gone all in.
Unbelievable bet. Now, Vince, I'm sure because she didn't raise on the turn, he's not putting her on an ace. She might have a 9, but she is staring him down. Vince, she just senses he's at it, as we say, that he's just making a move here, which indeed he is. But, folks, to pull the trigger for all your money with no hand in this spot, that takes a lot of heart. Antonio's got that.
You're right. Vanessa was on him.
You did say that you were going to bluff me on television. Remember that yesterday? You said, I'm going to bluff you on television.
Well, that is good info because that's exactly what's going on here. He's trying to make the biggest steal of the year on the WPT.
Well, Vince, because he said that yesterday, she suspects this is the time that he's doing it. That's why she called him on the turn with kings.
That river really helped me.
And why she might call him here with kings and 7s. And Vince, this would be the greatest call we've seen in years on the World Poker Tour.
Now I beat a lot of other hands.
The magician is blowing up smoke and mirrors right now. And Vanessa would make the call of the year if she can figure this out, if she can read her man correctly. But there's so much pressure on her. Will she do it?
I don't think you bluffed me twice.
She's got to make the lay down. The magician saws the woman in half.
Well, Vince, in my view, you got to give both these players kudos for the way they played this hand.
Show it, show it, show it.
Antonio bluffing the pot all the way down. Vanessa suspecting it.
Can't show bluff.
But what a play by Antonio Esfandiari.
That is great poker we are witnessing. The magician strikes again. Welcome back to the World Poker Tour, where 3 players remain in the Fontana Lounge. And right now, Antonio Esfandiari is our chip leader with over $8 million in chips.
Yep, he's on his way to capturing his 2nd WPT title. Andrew Robl in 2nd place with $6.3 million. Vanessa in 3rd place right now with $3.1.
Andrew this time with a king, 10 of hearts. young 24-year-old.
That's the hand most everybody would raise with on the button in a three-handed poker game.
And he does so. He makes it 300,000 to go, but Antonio behind him, raising it up with an ace-4, makes it 910,000 to go.
Now Vanessa gets out of their way. Now what do you do with the king-10? You've been re-raised. Well, he's in position. He's going to make the call. Wants to see a flop before he goes anywhere.
So the magician with renewed confidence. There's the flop, and it's a good one for Andrew. He picks up 10s.
Yep, he's got top pair. Antonio, however, is flop bottom pair, and he is going to bet, and a healthy bet, 1.6 million.
I'm all in.
Well, Andrew's going all in, saying if you can beat these 10s, good luck to you.
Whoa, a lot of pressure back on Antonio.
If you call me, you're not going to have a very good birthday.
Well, that could be a very true statement.
I might have the best hand, Robles.
Like the table talk by the youngster. Well, he's telling the truth at this point.
And he's telling the truth. That's a little bit too much information, I think, though.
I definitely have outs. That's for sure.
Yeah, his outs are an ace or a 4 or 2 running spades. That's it.
Antonio with the best bluff in a long time on the WPT in the last hand. Finally has to concede this one.
So a nice all-in bet by Andrew Robl to pick up that pot, and bench once again. Andrew Robl is our chip leader.
First time ever at a WPT final table. Nicely done. All right, we are back to the action. Andrew Robl, our chip leader now. He's got over 9 million in chips, and this time he has a 10-5 of spades. Got the button, and he's got chips out. Makes it 300,000 to go.
And he's got the chip lead in position, which is why he raised it. Antonio goes out, but Vanessa going to look him up here with the queen 10. Here comes the flop. Oh, it's 10-9 deuce.
Check.
Great flop for Vanessa as both players have flopped top pair, but she has him out-kicked.
And she has checked it, throwing some rope, and he's going to bet again with his 10s, 300,000. A snap check raise there by Vanessa.
And a quick call by Andrew.
Made it 800,000 to go. Now we got a good pot between these two.
And the 7 of diamonds comes off on the turn, so a possible straight out there now as well.
All in.
Wow.
Well, Vanessa going all in.
Not what I wanted to see.
Well, Vanessa thinks he's on a drawing hand, either a flush draw or a straight draw.
But you never know. He might be thinking, wait, she could be on the flush draw and just pushing.
I do have a very good hand.
He's got a very good hand. He also says his strength in poker is reading his opponents. Let's see if he can read Vanessa here. He happens to make this call and doesn't catch a 5. She's going to be our chip leader. Only card he can catch to win is a 5. So he is drawing extremely thin in case he makes this call. He knows there's also a chance she could check raise on the flop with just a pair of 9s perhaps in this spot. Maybe she's got the flush draw with a straight draw like you suggested. At least that's what he's thinking. Certainly that's all he can beat.
What do you want me to do?
Decide quickly.
Well, that's the longer he takes, the more Vanessa's sure she's got the best hand, at least right now. But
All right, I call.
uh-oh. Well, she is going to like it when she sees his hand because he must catch a 5 to win this pot. That's all he can do.
Well, that's a stun gun to the rib right there to Andrew. Ouch.
Well, Vanessa Russo came to this final table as our chip leader.
I wouldn't mind a 5.
She can take the lead once again if she can dodge a 5. Otherwise, she'll be out in 3rd place.
Here it comes.
Well, it's a queen. She has done it, Beth. She has gone from the extreme chip lead to the extreme short stack, and once again has battled her way back to the top. There you see her husband, Chad Brown, all smiles as she's raking in the chips.
The lady has heart. It's paying off big time right now.
Fight, Vanessa. Grind this out.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
All right, back down to the felt. Action on the magician, Antonio.
Antonio going out.
Yeah, Vanessa Russo now with a king 5, just calling.
And she limps in the small blind. Andrew looks down at Jack 3 offsuit in the big blind. Most of the time, you're just thrilled to take a free flop with that hand. And that's the case here as Andrew checks. So we're going to have a flop.
King 5 up against Jack 3. Who will be lucky? And look at this, 3 of a kind for Andrew Robl, just like that.
And it's come Jack, Jack 8. Vanessa checks. Andrew's not going to slow play it, Vince. He's going to lead right out. 160,000.
Sometimes the best way to play a monster.
Now Vanessa's calling with just king high here, and I don't know if she thinks she's got the best hand or she's thinking about making a move later in this pot.
Oh.
But another jack comes off. Andrew's got 4 of a kind. He has 4 jacks.
Luckily, she has checked. And he is, now this is strange that we'd even bet this.
He's hoping she's got an 8 in her hand and she's going to call off a couple big bets.
$500,000.
How much did you start the hand with?
I have 500 left. 5 million left.
He's got about 5 million left. Now, obviously, Vanessa has about 8.5 million left, so she has more chips. And look at this, Vince. She is going to raise. She has check raised it to $1 million here.
Awful timing, of course.
Oh, that is just dreams and trumpets going off in your head here for Andrew. But Vince, can you believe he is raising with 4 of a kind here?
This is a misplay at the highest level. You don't re-raise at this point, just suck her in.
Vince, he's in position on her. If he just calls her, she might make a big bet on the river. He lost that money by betting. Even if she had an 8 there, she might get away from it with this big raise.
Oh, we know that, but you know, he's obviously a great player. He's talented, he's there.
Nice play, Robles.
But that is a major mistake.
We're really close.
Vince, I've seen a lot of mistakes at this final table. I got to tell you the truth. I know they're great players, but even great players make mistakes.
Yeah, we see it all the time. Under the lights, very tough. That time, I think he knows it now, and he folds the next hand. And now the magician, Antonio.
Well, he's on the short stack with just 2.1 million here, Vince.
Mullen.
And he's going to push all in.
Well, he knows the king high is a favorite over a 2-card random hand, so he just moves in with it.
Wants no drama, just wants to take this pot right now.
How much is it?
We know Antonio is very capable of making this move with like a 7-4. Any 2 cards. I'm telling you, it's a borderline call.
She's got king 8 of clubs. You're absolutely right. Nothing special here.
Well, especially against this player. It's tough to lay this down, but tough to call too.
I call.
Oh boy.
She's made the call.
Shift the cheese. King 9, she's got king 8.
Delights Antonio, as you can see.
Good luck, Antonio.
Thank you.
He jumps up to they've got king 9, she's got king 8.
Babies! Babies!
I think it was a tough decision for her against this particular opponent. That's for sure.
I can't look.
Unfortunately for Vanessa, she's dominated right now.
I can't look, you know?
Well, I guarantee you, before he saw her hand, Antonio did not want her to call. Now that she's called, he's loving it.
Corner pocket. Wait, isn't it 8-ball corner pocket?
It doesn't matter, Antonio. Just have your hand hold up. Here comes the flop.
Oh, it's come king 6 deuce with 2 clubs. Antonio drops his head, as you can see. That's because Vanessa has a flush draw now. She'll also take the lead if an 8 comes off. So a lot of outs for Vanessa Russo to win this pot and eliminate Antonio.
She loves the action. Can she get lucky? Not there to deuce of spades.
Well, Vince, that gives her a lot more outs to at least get a split out of this pot. If an ace, a king, a queen, a jack, a 10, or a deuce comes up, they would split this pot. Any club gives her the win, as does an 8. So she's got a lot of outs to survive here in terms of this pot.
Can Vanessa make the magician disappear?
The 3 of diamonds.
Not to be.
Well, the dream card for Antonio. Look at him jumping up and down like a kangaroo over to his rooting section. He knows he dodged a lot of bullets to win this pot.
Into the mosh pit. At Bellagio.
Antonio very happy to double up here, Vince. And once again, the dreams of his second WPT title are still alive.
Are you trying to give me a heart attack? Are you trying to give me a heart attack?
3 players remain here at the Fontana Lounge at Bellagio. Stay with us. We're coming back with more action on the WPT. Action on Vanessa. She's just going to call with the button with an ace deuce.
Andrew goes out.
And now Antonio with an ace 9.
He says, okay, let's have a flop here.
Not going to raise with it. Interesting.
Now flop comes king 9, 7, 2 spades. Antonio has second pair with top kicker and checks.
Nothing hitting there for Vanessa, and she's going to check as well. Going to to the turn.
Well, the 7 of spade comes off. Pairing the board and putting 3 spades out there, but Antonio feels certain his 2 9s are the best hand because she didn't bet on the flop. So he bets 425,000, and notice that she peeked back at her cards, Vince. To me, that is a tell to see if she's got a spade in her hand, which she does. She makes the call. Now the 3 of diamonds comes off.
She doesn't get her spade.
So I'm certain that Antonio feels like he's got the best hand with the 2 9s. So he's going to make $1 million value bet here with him and going to get paid off by the ace high. He proudly turns up the ace 9. They're good.
Vanessa just taking a shot that he was trying to bluff. She was wrong that time. Antonio taking down a very good pot.
Value time! Value time!
Well, Vince, we heard her say earlier at this final table that from yesterday's play, Antonio said he was going to bluff her on television in front of her. We saw him do it already for the biggest pot of the night for all his money. But she didn't see it because he mucked his cards. Now, on several occasions later, she thought he might be bluffing this particular time, paid him off, but he wasn't ever bluffing.
So a little mistiming there. Let's go to this hand. Andrew Robl looking at 1 king and, oh man, he's got the Cowboys pair of kings.
Well, he's the chip leader and now picks up a big hand like this. 2 kings.
Happy days are here again.
See how he's going to play.
Taking his time. This is the time to milk the Holstein, ladies and gentlemen.
Now look at this. He's making the minimum raise.
Oh yeah, hee-haw.
He's raised it to 400,000. And he's getting re-raised by Antonio with the ace-jack.
Vanessa goes away, and that's the beauty of doing the min raise sometimes. It looks suspicious. You get a raise back. What a beautiful moment for Andrew.
Come on.
And now he's coming back over the top with the kings.
Wow, kid, you run good, huh?
He's not going to fool around. Give Antonio a chance to catch an ace on the flop. And Antonio could well pay him off here, but it would take all his money to do it.
Would be very expensive.
He knows there's a chance Andrew would make this play with 2 8s, 2 9s, 2 10s, maybe a king-queen suited, maybe an ace-10 suited.
And just like that, poof, the magician is gone. Can't take the heat. Andrew taking down a good one.
Well, give him credit for laying that hand down, man. That was a big hand in a 3-handed game to lay down.
Oh.
Man, I gotta say, I think Antonio has played the best poker at this final table.
Laying down Monster City.
The other players have made big mistakes in my eyes.
Monster, kid.
Antonio has not made that big mistake.
Monster.
He's made the biggest bluff at this final table.
I have like 6 now, Antonio. Not yet.
So right there, Andrew out in front now with over 10 million in chips.
Antonio with 5.3 million in chips.
Just keep your eyes off my stacked Robl cakes, all right? You mind your own business over there.
Vanessa Russo with just 2.2, only about 10 times the size of the big blind, so she's got to try to make something happen. Let's see if she wants to try it here with just a queen deuce.
Well, she's got the button, first to act.
All in.
And there she goes, Mike.
Well, she's going all in, just try to pick up the blinds and antes.
1 down, Andrew's folded.
Wow.
Oh boy.
First one is Ultra Primo, ladies and gentlemen. The Ultra Goods.
Those are not the words Vanessa wanted to hear, I can tell you that.
I mean, it's probably a call, but let's see what the Ultra. Call.
Well, it's a queen. He's quickly made the call, and Vanessa is not going to like it. It's ace-queen versus queen deuce, where she's dominated yet again.
Can't do anything with no cards.
Let's fade it this time. Let's fade it.
She's a great player. She came in this tournament as a chip leader. She's waffled around all night long, but right now she needs a lot of luck.
Ace! Ace!
Chad Brown and Vanessa's mom in the audience rooting her on for this big moment.
We saw earlier at this final table she was dominated by Andrew when he had ace-king. She had ace-queen. She survived that, and
All I want for my birthday is an ace. It's true.
Ace of spades.
It is our destiny, Robles. It is our destiny after all the we've been through, huh?
Yes.
Sick.
So sick. Can't get a hand.
Twice she was the bubble girl, finishing 7th at WPT events, finally making the final table, came in with big chips, but right now it's coming down to this flop. Here we go.
yeah, flop comes 7, 6, 5. No help for Vanessa. She's going to have to catch a deuce or 2 running hearts to make a flush. Antonio very happy so far with that flop.
Not the flop that Vanessa wanted to see. Can things turn around? On the turn. Here it comes.
Well, a 3 comes off. That's a good card for Vanessa. And then now a 4 will give them both a straight where they'll split the pot. She can only win the pot with a deuce. But believe me, she'd be tickled to death to catch a 4 right now to stay alive. No other card will do for her. Must be a deuce or a 4, or she'll be out in 3rd place.
River card coming up. She needs the miracle, but does not get it.
Well, the 8 comes off.
Well, she is gone. Lady Maverick has to say goodnight, out in 3rd place, taking home $358,000. Antonio pulling the rabbit out of his hat. He has done it. They're down a 2-way action. Vanessa has to say goodnight.
She had a great week of poker. Unfortunately, just wasn't quite her night at this final table.
Unfortunately, out in 3rd place, it's Vanessa Russo, and I know that you've made some incredibly good calls in this tournament and some really good plays. One of them to get to the final table against Antonio, which I think you said was some of the best poker that you'd played. So you must be pleased with your performance overall.
Yeah, overall for sure, definitely. I mean, I tried, all you can do in poker is make the best decisions you know how to make. That's what I tried to do. I'm elated to have a 3rd place finish here and to have made the final table in the 1st place. I think, what, 300K or something, so that's a good payday. Would have liked to have the win, but I'll be here again.
I can't wait to learn this game. That's going to be fun.
Antonio says he's a live game cash player. Doesn't do all the things the internet players do, so to speak. But Vince, as much as Antonio steals, I can't believe he doesn't know what the hijack position is. That's the steal position, 2 before the button.
Well, to the game we go. Antonio, just 7-5, has raised to 600.
To the flop.
Andrew not going to raise with ace 10.
What do you got, Robl? Queen Jack suited?
Good luck, sir.
Queen Jack, something like that?
You are going to need the luck.
All right, a little subtlety there. Here we go with the flop.
I can't wait to learn the game.
Flop comes Queen 6-3. No help for either player. Does give Antonio a gut shot straight draw.
Andrew is first to act, and he's going to check it. Antonio.
Wow. You know you have a continuation about every time today. Every single time.
That is right. Puts the pressure on. 820 with no particular hand at this moment.
Continuation bet, meaning a guy raised before the flop, he bets after the flop, even if it doesn't help his hand. Andrew knows that, makes a nice call here with just ace high. So 4 of spades comes on the turn. Antonio's hit the gut shot straight to make the nuts. He cannot lose this pot.
Andrew's going to check.
Question is, how can he extract chips out of his opponent? Well, he's doing it by betting 1.9 million.
I don't really like this bet. I think he could chase away his opponent here. Might as well just dig the hole and set up your opponent. But yes, Andrew is going out. Well, he's going to take the pot, but I think he could have got a lot more if he checks.
Well, maybe if he checks or bets a smaller amount, he might have got some chips, but as it is, Antonio wins that pot and takes the lead in this heads-up battle.
Antonio first to act. He's got a jack 4 of diamonds. Nothing special, but he's going to raise.
Yeah, makes it 800,000 to go.
Andrew with a little 4-5 offsuit.
It cost him another $500,000 to make the call. Look at this, Vince. Forget about calling. He's coming over the top. He's going to re-raise with just a 5 high. So all that hugging and kissing you saw out of these guys' best friends, forget about it. This is in-your-face poker right here.
Mullen.
But look at this. Slow down, cowboy.
Mullen.
Antonio is ready perfectly. He's moved all in with just a jack high.
There you go. Showing the crowd the bluff.
Both these guys are really playing poker trying to win this thing. They're trying to out-steal each other. This time, the all-in bet wins it for Antonio.
Pair of jacks, kid. Pair of jacks.
I don't believe it. Show me.
Pair of jacks.
Crazy poker going on. Stay with us. We're coming back in just a few moments here on the World Poker Tour.
WPT Global is committed to being the most fair and secure poker site in the world. Data-driven AI detection technology eliminates collusion and ensures a fair environment for everyone. With zero tolerance for bots and cheaters, WPT Global is trusted by millions of players worldwide. Click the link in the description. Use the code YT11 on deposit and get our welcome package with tournament tickets, deposit match, and more.
You've been running so good.
I'm running good?
Yeah, it's sick.
Yeah.
Lines are now 200 and 400,000. Winner going to take home close to 900,000. It's on Antonio. He's got King Jack. Makes it 800,000 to go.
Andrew looks down at a Queen 10 offsuit.
All in.
And goes all in.
Call.
And look at this snap call by Antonio.
Shift the cheese. Come on, baby.
And that's an amazing call for $5.4 million, not to blink an eye.
King Jack 9 flop.
Antonio didn't. He's out front. If his hand stands up, he'll be a two-time WPT champion.
King Jack 9 flop. Come on, kid, one time. All right, you want to chop the money? No. King! King! King ball! What's your name? Marcy, you dealt the hand earlier. King ball.
Well, everybody on their feet. There you see Andrew over hugging his good friend and top player himself, Peter Jitton.
Mom! King! King, Mom!
Antonio Diver King.
Give me a birthday present, please. It's my birthday.
Crowd loving it. He is a birthday boy.
Well, what a birthday present this would be. You couldn't give yourself a better present, Vince, than a WPT title. He's got an opportunity to do that right now if his hand just holds up.
Will the poker gods be looking down on Antonio?
Oh, it's ace-king 6. Antonio's jumping around, but Vince, this is far from over. Andrew's flipped from that flush draw.
And a straight draw.
And a straight draw. So a diamond would give him the win, as well as a jack. So Antonio recognizing that now and slowing down a little.
Well, the magician is only halfway through the trick. He's got to complete it. He's got to get the audience to get out of the room. He's got to win this title.
Andrew can't even look. The board pair of 6s.
That's good for Antonio.
We're down to the river. Andrew Robl must catch a diamond or a jack.
Diamond!
Otherwise, Antonio Esfandiari will take down this title and become a two-time WPT champ.
And Andrew wants to look down. No more hugging for him. He wants to see a diamond. Can he get it? No!
It's a 5 of spades. Welcome back, Antonio Esfandiari. You have done it.
The magician levitates himself and takes down a WPT title, his second one. Andrew goes to the ground. He's a runner-up.
The loser goes to the ground. The winner goes skyward. That's the way it should be. The mosh pit and Antonio, they're all back here on the World Poker Tour.
Yeah, I mean, it's Antonio's birthday. Luck was on his side. He played very well. You know, most guys his age have lost a game, but he's kept up. He's very aggressive. Played very well, and he won. What more can I say?
We hope to see you back here again.
Okay, thank you, Kara.
Thanks.
And here's to the champion of the Doyle Brunson 5-Diamond World Poker Classic, Antonio Esfandiari. And until next time, enjoy your cards below.